Diomaye Faye and Ousmane Sonko, Diomaye Faye, the president of Senegal, and Ousmane Sonko, the prime minister of Senegal. I'm totally disappointed with you guys. I'm totally disappointed with you guys. I'm sorry to say. I'm very, very disappointed. I'm very disappointed with what is going on right now between Senegal and the French government. I'm totally disappointed. This is not what I expected of Ousmane Sonko and Diomaye Faye. This is absolutely out of it. It's not even if somebody tells me this in the dream, I will tell the person no, it cannot happen. But I'm disappointed. Yeah, I'm disappointed. I'm totally disappointed. Ousmane Sonko and Diomaye Faye. I'm disappointed. Now, this is one of the reasons why when I tell you guys that corruption in Africa started from the grassroots, it's not just people on the top. It's not about long-time politicians. It's about an average African always have the mindset that politics is an avenue of creating personal wealth. That is how I see it. Average Africans, not just only Nigerians, average Africans always have the mindset that politics is an avenue of creating personal wealth, enriching yourself and making the life of your family and extended family comfortable. This is how an average African sees politics, and politics is beyond creating wealth, personal wealth. Politics is about the people. It's about the people. What do the people want? Providing basic amenities to the people, making sure that dividends of democracy goes across the board, reaching every single citizen of that country. That is politics. Politics is not just all about doing what pleases you. Are you doing what pleases the people? After all the loggerhead with Senegal and the French government, I'm totally surprised that Ousmane Sonko traveled to Senegal, and Diomaye Faye, the president of Senegal, traveled to France to unite with the French government and build up, according to them, what they say, build up that relationship between Senegal and the French government. And these people get to they never understand that French will never go where there is no interest. French government will never go where there is no interest. Wherever you see French today, there must be personal interest. There must be something that they are gaining from that country. Now, I want to get to understand what is that relationship between French government and Senegal that these people cannot be able to cut the ties. I'm trying to get to understand because I'm confused upon everything that happened last few months. I think 3 months ago or 4 months ago, we heard that the French government closed down the base, the military, returned back the military base, Senegal military base, back to Senegal military authority, and then flee from Senegal. Now, I was so happy when I got that news. When I read that news, I was so happy. I was so excited. I said, yes, this is the kind of revolution that I want. Revolution that would bring changes, I was so happy. Even if you watch my live stream, if you watch my videos, you'll get to understand where I was praising Ousmane Sonko and Diomaye Faye. And I don't want to talk too much anyway, because Diomaye Faye was installed by Ousmane Sonko. Ousmane Sonko was the real candidate that was supposed to be the president. But I think there was a loggerhead between Ousmane Sonko and Macky Sall that brought conflict between both of them, and Ousmane Sonko went to jail during the election and all that. That was what brought Diomaye Faye on the picture. I strongly believe so much that Diomaye Faye is never a politician. I understand that fact, and Ousmane Sonko is the one doing everything, directing him in the leadership. I understand that fact. You understand? But that is not even the part that I'm going to. The part that I'm going to is that I'm totally disappointed seeing Diomaye Faye and Emmanuel Macron hugging together, talking about building relationship. That irritates me to my bone marrow. Honestly speaking, I'm not going to lie to you. This is one of the reasons why Africans should protect Ibrahim Traoré at all costs. Ibrahim Traoré have sacrificed a lot. Like I said before, it will not be a big deal for Ibrahim Traoré to decide and say, okay, let me just give up this leadership to French government and our French government. Macron, come, let's discuss, let's negotiate personal interest. Let's negotiate. America, come, let's negotiate. How much can you guys give me? Give me $10 billion. Let me leave the leadership of Senegal for you guys. You guys can continue with the resources and military whatsoever you guys are doing. Then let me just go carry my family and my relatives to America or to France and live our life to the fullest. But he said no. He stood his ground and make sure that whatever that he's looking for, he achieve it. This is a problem that we have in Africa. All we have as leaders are a bunch of cowards, puppets. This is the problem that we have. bunch of coward that we have as leaders. And it's paining me to my bone marrow. Sometimes it drives me crazy and not. I don't get to understand what is going on with African leaders. Why are we so driven by money? Must we have to worship money? What kind of interest are you going to be gaining from French government? I want to understand the interest that Senegal stands to gain in France. I want to understand. I want to get to understand. People that colonized you for many, many, many years, colonized you, abandoned you, subjected you into abject poverty, taking away your resources from you, abandon your infrastructures to decay, and at the end of the day, you succeeded in asking them to leave, and they left, and you still went back to them to build a relationship. What kind of relationship is Ousmane Sonko and Diomaye Faye trying to build with French government? I want to understand, because it's confusing me. I don't understand what is going on, for crying out loud. This is not what we expected of these guys. I was super proud of these two guys. I was extremely proud of them. I always say it on my live video that I'm super proud of them because of the revolution, the diplomatic revolution that took place in Senegal. And I overheard that Senegalese are not happy with the journey that he made to France. A lot of Senegalese are not happy with that. Sometimes don't be a coward. When you reject something, reject that thing in totality. When you abandon something, abandon that thing in totality. Don't vomit and go back to your vomit. This is the problem that we have in Africa. And this is one of the things that have been drawing us backward. Even the people that we are looking up to will definitely disappoint at the end of the day. Even Guinea-Conakry here that we were hoping that there will be changes. Till today, there's no changes. There's no changes. All this guy did was, succeed in removing Alpha Condé. Until today, there's no tangible infrastructure that we are seeing in Guinea-Conakry. There's no tangible infrastructure. The same thing with Mali. We understand the fact that they want to reclaim their country, but what can you put in place to make the life of your citizens comfortable? It's not just all about, taking back your country, but what have you done to make the life of your citizens comfortable? Giving back the dividends of democracy, providing basic amenities to them, so that they can as well enjoy the resources that God gave to them in their country. I'm totally disappointed. If you talk about disappointment, Diomaye Faye and Ousmane Sonko disappointed me in totality. I'm so disappointed. I never expected this kind of thing to happen. Even sooner, I've never expected that. I was so happy that at least they left, the hands off from Senegal, and now Senegal can be able to take charge of their resources. And mind you, if the relationship they are talking about is win-win, I'm telling you, it might be win or the other one will lose. Definitely. And mind you, French government will never go where there is no interest. They will never put their hands and their legs where there is no personal gain or interest. They have nothing to stand to gain. I'm disappointed. Very, very disappointed. We understand the fact that when Diomaye Faye came on board and Ousmane Sonko came on board, they tried to stabilize the economy and making the essential commodities affordable for Senegalese and people living in Senegal, and as well making sure that dividends of democracy but this extent that they went, this far they went now, I'm disappointed. If you want to hands off on something, hands off, give up. Don't look back. Don't be a coward. Don't be that coward that will vomit and go back to the vomit. I never expected this kind of thing to happen. And now I have the question that I'm asking: what kind of relationship? If not Senegalese resources that these guys are targeting? What kind of relationship do you think Senegal will build with the French government? Will French government now allow Senegalese passport to enter France without visa? It's not possible. Now, will French government allow Senegal to have mutual trade and all that between the two countries? It's not possible. There will always be that boundary, because they're already having that superiority mindset. They already have that superiority mentality over Senegal, because Senegal was being colonized by them. And after when they said there was independence, French president was still in Senegal, controlling Senegalese resources and their military bases. So where is the freedom? Even till today, I still strongly believe that Senegalese, what they are doing, you guys, is the more you look, the less you see. What I saw yesterday, sincerely speaking, what I saw yesterday, the Senegalese, what Diomaye Faye and Ousmane Sonko is doing, you guys, is the more you look, the less you see they are doing something underground that will benefit them personally. Because I don't find any reasonable what kind of relationship for God's sake, for